Oh, that was a good one. Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, we got something for you today. I have been working on a new set. And something that I've wanted to try doing for a long time anyway, and I just kind of figured a new set is a great way to do it, is number tracking. Now, I know that there are apps, there are programs, there are databases out there right now that some of my good friends are using to do this exact same thing. Well, I'd like to do mine a little bit more manual. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I have two dice here, one green, one red. I'm going to make sure that the same set is always on the green, the same set is always on the red, and I'm going to keep the landing zone consistent. What I'm finding with this set, what I'm seeing, normally my landing zone is down here at the end of the word come. It's right in this area. Now, what I have done is moved it up just a bit all the way to here. After the horn section and before this section, anywhere after, or right after the 5, where this 5 line comes down. It's going to be in this area in here. I land here and let it release into the wall. And I have the landmines down here. I've adjusted my landing zone. We're going to number track the number that I'm going to roll on. The green dice will be marked with a green chip. What I roll with the red dice will be marked, of course, with a red chip. After this roll, I'm going to record this data, and over time, I'm going to find out what my dice are doing, and I can adjust accordingly. That's what this is all about. Learning your favorite set, learning your favorite landing zone, develop an SOR to work with your favorite set in your favorite landing zone, but not being afraid to make corrections to your dice set along the way in some way, shape, or form. You never know what you might have to change or modify along the way. That's what's going to make us good craps players, to know what to do. So guys, come along with this ride with me. Let's check it out. The numbers game. Oh, that sucked. The numbers game. Let's do this. Okay, so we have the chips. We have the dice. Guys, I'll get started here. This new set that I've worked on, well, it's new to me. It's probably not to you, but it's something that I have really been interested in. 3-5, 5-6. I like it. I really do. Something I'm kind of getting used to. Now, I wasn't too happy with that throw. If you noticed, it went way off to the side. I'm looking to have it go dead onto the wall. However, we got a red 5 and a green 4. Green 4, a red 2, excuse me. Red 2, green 4. Guys, I just want to say it's been a while since I've been with you. Thank you so much for green 2, or green 4, red 2. It's been so long since I've been with you guys. I just wanted to say, guys, I love you. I miss you. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you for being here. I hope that what we're going to do today, you can take it to your game and learn some results. I'm keeping this throw on purpose low to the table. That's a red 6, green 4. So far, getting 4s with this set. And if you'll notice, that's right on axis. Okay, let's do this. Much better. Much better. They hit and they traveled straight. That's a green 4, red 2. Just want to give a shout out to all you guys. I've noticed I have a few more subscribers, and guys, I can't thank you enough. Welcome. I hope you guys are doing well. I love you guys. I miss you all so much. You're my family. Okay, let's do this. That's a little bit far. One of the big things about this exercise, and the more that you do this, that's a green 5 and a red 6. The more that you do this, it's going to be mechanic repetition. Mechanic repetition. It will help you really diagnose your mechanic, your grip, your toss, how you're letting go of the dice. If you notice that when you let go of the dice and the dice land and they go to one side or the other, you're twisting your hand a little bit when you release. It helps you understand what your dice is doing. And also, like I said before, there are apps and programs and databases that kind of help with this tracking. I'm just old school. I like to do this manually. Interesting. That is a red 6 and a green 3. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Red. A blue, a red 6 and a green 3. Did I mark this right? Nope, I did not. Red 6, green 3. Apologize. So if I notice on the green dice, over time, if I can keep it 3, a 5, a 4, or a 2, then I know that my dice are keeping a solid axis. If I seem to get 6s with the greens, or 1s with the green, I know that I'm pitching and going off axis. That's how you interpret this data. Oh, that was reverie. Okay, so we have a green 5 and a red 3. Green 5 and a red 3. It's all in how you interpret the data that you're given. It will teach you these fine-tuned adjustments that you may need to make along the way. That was nice. That's a green 1 and a red 2. Red 2, green 1. These are reverse. But yeah, I started kind of doing this the other day. I've really been working on this dice set. And it took me a little while, a little work to understand that I need to adjust the landing zone for this set, me personally. Now, how I throw and the little idiosyncrasies of my throw may be completely different than yours, and maybe you need a further landing zone. Maybe you need it to be more of a lofty shot. Me, I like to keep this shot with this grip, the 3-finger, come down on it. I like to keep it low to the table so it has enough energy to release slowly into the wall. Because I don't want these things to hit the alligator skin and bounce all over. Much like that. Okay, that's a hard 4. And that's another thing, guys. If we can control the play, you always want your landing zone to be in a place where it's going to be a soft, controlled landing. If you're in stick left 1 or right 1, you can be closer to the wall because you don't have as much real estate to cover with your throw. But if you're throwing back in where I'm at now, you need your landing zone to be back a bit. I'm finding the more I go through these things, you need to be back a little bit because if the dice bounce up and hit the alligator skin, there's randomness into the throw. And that your dice are just going to go everywhere. You have to keep a soft control over your dice. Now that turned out it's a 7. It's a 6 green, 1 red. That is a 7. That's my first 6. Now, I know that the green dice pitched in the wrong direction. The red dice, however, did not pitch in the wrong direction. Let's look. So if I start with a 5-6, there's the 1. And you guys know this too. Whatever number's on the front, whatever makes a 7 is going to be directly on the opposite side. So 6, 1, 3, 4, 2, 5. So I know that the 1, this dice stayed exactly on axis that it needed to be. Now this dice, with the 6, it did not. Here's the 4, so I know that the 3 is over here. So this one had a pitch, and it went off axis. So that could be the release, that could be the strength that it hit the wall with. And the green went off axis again. This one had a weird hop. So this ended up being a 6, and that's a red 3. Sure, that's great because it's a 9. But if you really look at the data, that green dice was our wild card. That's the one that hurt us the most. This right here. So what happened was, interesting. So the green dice, because that became a 6, that's what threw us all out of whack. It's all in data collection and how you utilize this data, guys. Nice. Red 2, green 3. Green 3, red 2. Look at all those 2s. Look at all those 2s. So the red is crushing that 2. So let's take 1 second and look. Why is that red crushing the 2? It's staying on axis. Ultimately, that tells me, for the most part, this throw with the landing zone, with the release, and the straight dead path to the wall that I'm doing, I'm just imagining just a straight shot. With that, we're keeping the dice on axis. We're doing what we need to do. Aha! That is a green 3 and a red 1. Green tres, red unos. Right on it. And the fact that we got a 1, I like it. Here we go. Just a few rolls left, guys. Now, that one was not happy with. And, you know, it ends up, it's a green 4 and a red 3. So what happened there? When the dice hit, they started jumping off this way. That was not a good release. The release wasn't at all what it should have been. Yeah. So it was a 4. And there's the 5 on that side. So the 3-5. I'll have to go back and think about that. So if this ended up being a 3. So this is the dice that came off axis. Okay. Okay. So, well, they still jumped off to one side. They took a sharp turn. And that's not what you want to see. That's not what I want to see. That is a green 4 and a red 5. And guys, I think we have one shot left. A green 4 and a red 5. That's our first 5. One shot left, guys. 3, 5, 5, 6. And what a way to end it. Red 6, a green 1. Now it's easy for me to say. I actually think I landed way back here. But you know what? That's the thing. It teaches you. It helps me realize where the mechanic is on my throw that I need to repeat. That's what it's all about. So I mean, we crushed 2s. The red dice was crushing the 2s, and the 2s on the red dice. I mean, get it back to what it should be. 5, 6, and 3, 5. If the red dice is getting 2s, then it's staying on axis. We did get some red 3s, and the red 3 is off axis. When it comes to the greens, we got 5 4s. So the green dice, when I was hitting that 4, that is definitely staying on axis. And it matches right up with the 5 and the 2. So this tells me that this set is going to hit 4 and 2 a lot. So when I go to the casino, I would want to consider betting on 6s. You know, playing the Sweet Sisters, for example. I also did get, let's see, I would have had, you know, give or take 5 8s and 3 and 4. So probably another, you know, quite a few 8s. Ultimately, out of that, we had 3 5s and we had 3 and 6 3s. So that's a lot of potential 8s there as well. So the Sweet Sisters with a 3 5 5 6 combination dice set would be a good strategy to bet. Sweet Sisters on this dice set is a good strategy to bet. So guys, this has just been an example, ideas how you could possibly record some data with your throws. What is your favorite set? What is your favorite landing zone? Do 10 shots. See what you get. If you only have 2 dice that are the same color, take a little Sharpie and put a dot beside the 1, or put a dot in between the 2. Try to differentiate between the 2 dice, and when you can differentiate between the 2, you can have a legitimate right and left dice and record what you get on those. Guys, I hope this information would help you. I hope you can use it to tighten up and sharpen up your game. I love you guys. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Love you. Hope you're doing well. Hope that you got some useful out of this, guys. CP is out.